Hello, welcome back to U.S. Immigration Updates. The whole world is keeping an eye on the 2024 U.S. presidential elections, which are due in November 2024. Today, we are going to talk about Donald Trump. If re-elected in 2024, former President Donald Trump has laid out a radical new course for immigration policy in the United States. He has promised to enact a number of first-time policies that will target both legal and undocumented immigrants, including a large-scale deportation campaign. If you are interested in learning more about this topic, stay tuned until the end of this video. If you like this video, please click the subscribe button, like this video button, and don't forget to press the bell icon to receive new updates instantly and directly to your YouTube homepage. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. Donald Trump promised to enact a number of first-time policies that will target both legal and undocumented immigrants, including a large-scale deportation campaign. Trump, who is expected to win the Republican presidential nomination, is applying some of the same strict immigration policies that he did in his 2016 campaign. He has promised to erect miles-long border walls and drastically curtail asylum, even going so far as to bring back a policy that his government had implemented that had people wait in Mexico for asylum proceedings. However, Trump's remarks and pledges about immigration during his second presidential campaign have been more caustic in other respects. He has promised to revoke birthright citizenship for children of illegal immigrants, assign the National Guard to conduct mass deportations, and refuse entry to authorized immigrants on the grounds of their political views. Trump said recently in an interview that certain immigrants were poisoning the blood of our country. Numerous of Trump's immigration promises would test the boundaries of presidential authority and government resources, even if they represented a significant shift from current policy. They would also face significant legal and operational challenges. Former senior Biden administration immigration official Angela Kelly referred to Trump's promises as extreme plans that would terrorize newcomers. Many of his hardline policies from his first administration, including the Muslim ban, were overturned. Kelly, who is currently a chief advisor at the American Immigration Lawyers Association, added, "And now he's just taking another swing." However, officials who disregard the record numbers of unauthorized border crossings over the previous 2 years along the southern border are the ones with the extreme stance. According to Chad Wolf, the head of the Department of Homeland Security during Trump's final year in office. According to him, deporting the estimated 1 million people who have received final deportation orders is just one of the more aggressive measures that Americans wish to take in order to address the crisis there. I don't think it's abnormal if you pursue those people, the criminals and others, of course. Wolf, who works for Trump's think tank, the America First Policy Institute, said, "I don't think that's a radical suggestion. I think that is actually just implementing what the immigration law tells the executive to do." Following the disastrous Operation Wetback of the Eisenhower administration in 1954, which resulted in the expulsion of hundreds of thousands of Mexican immigrants and American citizens, Trump has pledged to conduct the largest deportation operation in American history. In order to expedite the mass deportations, Trump has said that he will enable state and National Guard officials to apprehend and expel foreign nationals residing in the United States without authorization. This action would subvert long-standing legal restrictions on the military's ability to conduct domestic law enforcement. Additionally, he has promised to deport suspected members of migrant gangs by using the Alien and Sedition Acts of 1798, a piece of legislation that was utilized during World War II to authorize the monitoring and imprisonment of Italian, German, and Japanese immigrants. On his first day back in office, Trump pledged to release an executive order that would try to deny birthright citizenship to children whose parents are not citizens or permanent residents of the United States. Even if their parents are not lawfully present in the nation, children born on American soil are automatically granted citizenship under a decades-old interpretation of the U.S. Constitution. The ex-president has declared that he would order immigration officials to refuse entry to Marxists and communists, but he has not disclosed specifics about how this screening would be carried out. In addition, he pledged to stop accepting refugees from the Middle East and to broaden the travel restrictions his government imposed to prevent citizens of specific nations, the majority of which are Muslim or African, from entering. Trump has pledged to bring back the measures at the border between the United States and Mexico that automatically deny most migrants asylum and hasten their deportation. These consist of agreements that permit the United States to divert asylum seekers to other nations, the so-called Remain in Mexico policy, and extensive limitations on the eligibility for asylum. Additionally, Trump declared that he would reinstate the Title 42 pandemic-era policy, which U.S. border officers used to deport immigrants, including unaccompanied minors, on the grounds of public health. Although he ended the practice of separating immigrant children from their parents in 2018 owing to public uproar, he has not ruled out doing it again. Should Trump win a second term in office, Democratic-led states and civil rights groups would undoubtedly challenge his campaign promises in court, just as they did during his first term in office. In addition, he would have to deal with an overburdened and understaffed immigration system that Congress has not modernized since the 1990s. The legality of Trump's pledge to terminate birthright citizenship, for instance, is in doubt. The 14th Amendment, which states that persons born or naturalized in the United States are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, is generally considered to protect this right. Proposals to amend the Constitution must come from a supermajority in Congress or from a constitutional convention attended by 2/3 of the states. After that, 3/4 of the states would need to ratify it. Operational obstacles might be too great for the pledge to execute the biggest deportation operation in American history. For instance, Immigration and Customs Enforcement employs about 8,000 people in its deportation division. Additionally, the organization lacks the funding necessary to carry out the extensive deportations and roundups that Trump has hinted at. 2012 had the highest number of ICE deportations ever recorded, with over 400,000 deportations occurring during the Obama administration. Cornell University immigration law scholar Stephen Yale Loehr said that a significant appropriation from Congress would be required. According to Yale Loehr, there would be serious legal and humanitarian issues with such an operation. He pointed out that due process is granted to immigrants in deportation proceedings by U.S. law. Since the government lacks the legal jurisdiction to deport American citizens, there is a risk of widespread family separation among the numerous immigrants who may be deported if they have spouses or children who are citizens of the United States. Yale Loehr described the prospect of Trump's 2024 campaign pledges coming to pass as a significant change. However, you can only take so much executive action. Many of the previous initiatives he attempted were quickly embroiled in legal disputes and eventually overturned by the courts. Despite the practical and legal difficulties, the Republican contenders for president who are closest to Trump in the polls have accepted his immigration policies. Both Vivek Ramaswamy and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis have vowed to abolish birthright citizenship and carry out large deportations. Tim Scott and Nikki Haley have also sided with Trump, and DeSantis is advocating for the United States to turn away Palestinian refugees. Additionally, a number of other Republican contenders, including more centrist ones like Chris Christie, have pledged to expand border wall construction and restore some of Trump's border policies. That's all we have for you in this bulletin. I hope you found this video useful. We will continue to keep a close eye on the developments U.S. immigration-related updates and will publish new videos when there are more updates. The U.S. Immigration Update channel provides all necessary visa information and procedures for your U.S. immigration journey. It is important to understand the United States immigration processing steps, visa application requirements, processing times, forms, fees, and more. We will continue to provide all information about U.S. visitor visas such as B1 and B2, work visas such as L1A, L1B, and H1B, student visas, green cards, immigrant visas, EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, and EB5, and family immigrant visas. Thank you for visiting us today, and we'll see you in the next video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, Please subscribe channel for more U.S. immigration update videos.